Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I feel like, I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling light. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling stoned.
I love that.
I took a tincture, and I don't know if you guys are into tinctures, but damn, shit hits you harder than I thought.
Yeah.
It's like a slow creep.
It's an edible.
Literally, I felt like my eyes suddenly just like go.
It's an edible.
I have these heavy ass eyelashes on right now, like prom queen, and I feel like they're weighing my eyelids down. Are my eyes open?
They're open.
Okay.
If you guys haven't yet, check us out on YouTube so you can see Erica's open.
You actually better check us out because I have a full face of fucking makeup on. Somebody needs to see this shit.
And
okay?
her titties are out.
The
girls are out.
The red lips are on. The school. I dressed like a boss bitch because we have a boss bitch on our show today, and I was like, I need to be bossy and look like I'm gonna teach some shit.
And you nailed it.
I have my hands on.
Nailed it.
Educator of things. Okay.
If you're just joining our show, that is Erica. I am Mila. We are moms. We are also experts at many things: advice, threesomes, talking to your kids about uncomfortable things, cannabis, and parenthood, and all the things that you didn't know you needed. But surprise, you needed it, and we're here to tell you all about it. Experts at new age parenting, thought leaders, authors, set designers, merch designers, all of the things.
Bad bitch.
This
bad
is
bitches.
a lot of bad bitches in one room.
Bad bitches.
I'm so excited because we have our girl, our wife, and our beautiful sexual essentials, Samia here.
Our beautiful sexual essentials.
Our beautiful sexual
Yes.
essentials.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're finally in person.
She's all the way from LA. We met Samia during COVID, and we've only done an episode virtually. So this is like this is a treat. We got you in the flesh.
And I got titties out. It's just
I put them out for you.
And
I know that you really
I feel
enjoy
that.
titties.
I really
I've heard
do.
you reference titties many times in
my
conversation. So I was like,
goodness.
this bitch
Everybody knows
really
that
likes
about
titties.
me.
She's
It's like everybody really knows that about
love
me.
titties?
I really love titties. Like I have a lot of ass, so it's like.
So are you an ass woman or not really?
I have enough. I like a nice ass.
What
but
about a guy? Like, does a guy need to have an ass?
nobody needs to have anything.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, do you prefer
do you like a hippie guy?
a hippie guy?
You know those niggas who got big hips and
bigger
fat
than
ass?
mine?
not a hippie guy?
I think the limit is my hips. If
Okay.
you're
If you're hippier than
if
you.
you're hippier than me, it's probably not my thing. But yeah, I like titties. I like the nipple. Anyways,
The nipple? I like the nipple. I've never heard anyone say that. I like the
Specifically,
nipple.
I like the nipple.
I like the nipple.
nipple.
I like the areola.
Yeah, like the tongue around it is like the
The little flick, like.
See, how did we get there? This is how we can't.
What about you? Are you ass or titty girl, Erica?
ass.
I think I'm pretty much an ass girl too.
Well, I'm glad that I'm in you all's lives. So
Right.
you guys
brings
give
the
me the
balance.
titties and the nipple. I get titties and
And nipple.
nipple, and I have the ass, and it's a
And together we
perfect
make a
threesome.
perfect threesome.
Yes.
Last year when we met Samia in COVID, like 2 weeks later, maybe a month later, she's like, I'm coming to LA. We're best friends. I'm like, okay. Sounds good. I'm like, Erica, Samaya's coming to LA. We're best friends now. She's like, perfect. And then really we were best friends. And here we are a year later, maybe a year and a half later now.
I know, right?
Shout out to Orlando from Hard or Soft for bringing us together.
Yes, we appreciate you. We love you, Orlando.
We do love you, Orlando.
I do. I love Orlando.
And Tahoe, he gets sensitive.
We love Tahoe. Tahoe, we love you. Don't
Tahoe
worry.
TV.
We don't make sure we at him here. Okay.
Add him in the comments, May.
Make sure that I don't know if there's a special way we could tag my voice and put Tahoe there somehow, but if we could,
We would. He's a very sensitive Pisces man.
is he Pisces?
Yes, girl.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
With that sensitivity over there. And then be acting like he's not sensitive. I'm like, nigga.
No.
That is the most sensitive thing of all things to do. Pretend like you ain't sensitive when everybody knows that you is.
I feel like they're you all's podcast husbands almost. Like
They are.
They're a very attractive podcast, and you guys are, of course, a very attractive podcast. I feel like y'all in one room, everybody's like, yeah, I'll go. I mean,
Sure, okay.
at least we get to look at nice things.
I know. They are our podcast husbands. I mean, obviously, everybody knows Orlando's my bond ship bae. We're stuck for life. I be calling him with his bitches. I'd be like, let me see the bitches.
You did yesterday. She's like, let me see my proof. Let me see.
I love him. Shout out to my man because he literally answers the phone for me no matter what bitch he's with. He's like, I had a foursome last night. I'm like, let me see those bitches. He's like, no. I'm like, whatever. Bye. I'm jealous. Love you. Bye. I'm true open bond ship, baby. You know, I'm just so happy that you're here.
I am too. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just in bliss. I'm so happy. Life pulls you together. And I think like as an adult, it's really difficult to find friends. And I'm like, fuck that shit. You want to be my friend?
Samia will pull you in the corner at the schoolyard and be the friend. She's like, I'm scheduling my plane ticket for next week. Like, okay. And then she'd be like, if you don't spend, did you block out 48 hours for just me? You can't go anywhere else. Oh, you didn't? She does not fuck around.
Look here, I'm a very schedule-y ass bitch. Okay,
Very scheduly.
Very schedule-y.
Our scheduly ass bitch. She pulled a card today.
I did.
It's tarot time. Should we do a song? It's tarot time. It's tarot time, bitches. It's tarot time. I like it. Tarot time.
I kind of like the JJQ,
Yeah, JJ does cute. The shit.
Yeah, I like that sound better.
Damn, I can't drop my single yet. Tarot time.
Maybe we can go over do a rewrite.
Today, Samia pulled the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is an invitation to splurge. She's fancy.
God, she is a rich bitch.
She is a rich bitch. This is appropriate.
Rich bitch pulled the rich bitch card.
You know you ghetto when you're not rich, but your friend is rich, so you be bragging about her like, well, my friend is rich. Is this VIP because my friend bought it? Is this my friend's house? This is my friend's house. She bought it because she's rich. That's my Samia.
First of all, that is how me talk.
That's your sexual essentials?
That's my sexual essentials. My sexual essentials, yeah, she rich.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm so embarrassed.
Isn't it nice when you can keep ghetto friends like us?
Yes, I need it.
We're almost rich like you. If you have one rich friend, you'll be soon the rich friend too.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Period. Anyway, this invitation is to splurge, indulge in life's pleasures. This includes enjoying good food and wine. Everybody knows Samia likes a good wine, baby.
This is what happened last night. Wow.
Appreciating the arts, making love, relaxing in luxurious resorts.
What the fuck?
Or experiencing beauty.
Wow.
Wow, I'm a
She
tarot
literally
queen.
walked in the door and was like, can you shade match me? Can you put makeup on me, Erica?
Then she stole my purse. Live in the moment and give yourself permission to indulge temporarily without any guilt about the possible negative consequences of such pleasure. When you see the Nine of Cups in a reading, remember to count your blessings and express gratitude for what you have. Start or end every day by creating a mental list of the 3 things of which you are most grateful. Over time, you will intensify your sense of contentment and your ability to attract what you wish for. It is the law of attraction. If you are struggling to find the positive side of life, then expressing gratitude will help you so that you have a lot to be glad about. One thing to keep in mind with the Nine of Cups is that he is sitting on a wooden bench that is comfortable for only a limited period. Realize that contentment and fulfillment too are only temporary, as everything is always in a state of change. That's why it is so important to appreciate what you have now and cherish it, because it may disappear later, or you may need to adapt. Sorry. Wow.
It's a hell of a card.
Wow, I love this card for us.
This is amazing.
It really fit perfectly. And I was called to talk about it at that time because I felt like it was about to say some shit. And I think when, speaking of our friendship that was so divinely ordered, when you are just open and living in alignment, all the people that match your life come and fuck with you, even if it's on the internet and then on real life. Because that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you cool? We cool too. Come to California.
It was so nice to find out that you guys were cool, because, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, the pretty ones are bitches. That is not true. Maybe you're just intimidated by their prettiness. I like to be in the proximity of beautiful people. I think it makes me look better. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm like, Oh, they sexy. I want to stand by them.
It's true though.
Birds of a feather flock together. Put me with the sexy people.
I never liked like a fine bitch that doesn't like to hang out with like you can tell. You know, there's a fine bitch who just intentionally doesn't have other fine friends.
She doesn't want to be the only fine bitch in the room.
Or if there's a fine bitch and then you're around and she's acting funny. I'm like, bitch, just because you ain't used to being around other fine bitches, don't mean you can't shine with another fine bitch.
And see, that's the thing. I call it out. Girl, you want to come sit with us? No. Oh, okay.
Erica is like, no.
I'm super nice, but it's just a lot of people don't. I think they underestimate like being kind.
Well, you know, I'm the kindest bitch in a 400 mile radius. You know how many pictures in my phone I have of best friends I met in the bathroom at the club? Thousands.
I believe you.
Thousands of
Oh
best
my God,
friends.
I wish we could make a book of it. Like,
oh my God.
Can we make a photo album of it?
Oh my God.
A little flip book.
Yes.
Make it a reel. All the bathroom.
Oh
all the
my
bathroom
God.
bitches.
All the bathroom bitches Mila has ever met in her
We
drunk.
could call the
that
book
should
like
be a
Mila
song.
is nice or something. Meet Mila.
Meet Mila.
Meet Mila in the bathroom.
Look here. You never know what people are going through. So being kind is like really good. It's really good.
It changes someone's day. I mean, it's so much easier to be kind than, well, actually, sometimes it's not. It just depends who you ask. But I just feel like being kind is always going to open up more doors than not being kind. And your energy is always so positive and it's always so loving and always so nurturing. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling good, and Samia must have asked me about 42 times if I was still sick and if I was feeling better, and I'm just how bad she felt for me. I was like, I know.
She's like, do you want me to go?
Am I bringing down your high?
Because honestly, I'm like, I know how far all of this stuff is. So it's like, if we're going to go see each other, I want people to feel good, feel comfortable. But anyways.
But speaking of that card, and it did ask us, I think, as a group to kind of think about what is it that we're grateful for? What is it that we're in gratitude for? So if you could think of one thing right now, what would it be?
I am grateful for, a lot of things, but I am really grateful for my ability to be authentic and show up as myself, because it's given me the pleasure of attracting people who are also authentic and show up as themselves. And even if that's not normal or traditional, I've attracted all of my people, and I continue to do that by just having the gift of, it may not be as normal or traditional, but I show up as myself, and then I literally attract friends all over the world and in my network that show up as themselves, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you guys accepting me and all my nudity and twerking and all the things, because it's not for everybody. Mila's not for everybody. Mila moans are not for everybody.
I don't think anyone should be for everybody, because you can't be for everybody. You can't literally give yourself. You literally couldn't. You know what I mean?
I'd be trying though.
And you know what? I'm so over the people pleasing.
Niggas.
My friends are so embarrassing.
They probably can't even hear. There's some men in the back yelling about. They got hype about something. I don't know what it was.
They're probably excited about the beauty blenders.
For sure. That's
Maybe they figured out how to work it. I think that I'm grateful for. Damn, that's a good one. I feel like I need to try to do a different one. Okay, skip me. Go. Okay,
I think I'm grateful for being able to trust my intuition. I think I'm finally in a place in my life where I don't doubt it anymore, ever, at all. And because of that, like, I've just seen how things in my life have started to flow into my life, how people that are not supposed to be in my life have flowed out of my life. And I just, even though I do be stressed, like, it's only because, like, I know, I'm like, it's like everything that I want, everything that I am speaking into existence is on the way. It's just more of like, I gotta get prepared. I know it's coming,
Yeah.
And so I just also feel like I'm grateful for my friends. I'm so grateful for the people that I've been able to meet on this journey, like you, and like the people that I've been able to keep in my life for so many years as well, like the tribe that I've built. I have such an amazing group of friends, and I realize that is not everyone's existence. I realize how difficult it is to make friends when as an adult, and And I'm awkward. I be awkward. I don't like, some people like misread my awkwardness as like standoffishness, but I'm an awkward person. And so sometimes I just don't even know what to say. I'm just be like, ugh. But like, I'm grateful that I have a group of people that like, I can be myself 100%.
I just want to say that right now, I just turned 222 and I'll be catching all the triple digits because I will remind everyone to make a manifestation. And if you see triple digits, you do the same. And
I always catch my birthday.
And it's 2022. So
should we just take a
moment, everyone, wherever you're at. If you're in the car, don't close your eyes. But just take a moment to visualize the things that you want right now, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like.
It smells like a mansion in here.
It smells like
That's
I'm
exactly
driving.
what I saw. I saw
Me too, driving up a rich ass driveway.
I saw the beach.
Maybe
I
it's
saw
my
Samaya's
G-Wagon.
house. Am I at Samaya's Malibu Airbnb?
I am. Am I going skinny dipping in my very heated pool because I'm not worried about how much it costs to heat it?
I see myself getting having sex doggy style, looking over the ocean of my jacuzzi infinity pool.
But you're propped up a little bit out the pool, so it's not the wetness. But your knees are in.
I feel like I'm visualizing a 2-man threesome.
Oof, girl.
This will be our second time visualizing that.
I need
this. Okay, the first time I hung out with Samia, by the way, side note, at her house, she's the one who inspired my interest in a male female because she broke it down so beautifully, the way that she would envision her male female going, and now like that totally changed my perception on what that looked like. And so actually I'm going to add that to my...
Can you actually give us a brief? Can you brief us on how that looked?
Absolutely. So my fantasy for having 2 men is not them competing to give me pain, right? But really going off what I need, me being the center of attention, and you got one guy kissing me like really slow while the other maybe is massaging my feet, or one of them eating me out and the other one like massaging my scalp, or sucking on my nipples to help me like come even harder, and just them working together. And I've added on to the fantasy. I definitely want an interview. Like I want to interview with my main bae, a guy. And I want him to be so firm about it. Like, are you okay with her? Like, how would you eat her pussy? Or
like him leading the interview.
Yes,
sort of.
like leading the interview about me. Like, sorry, like you don't. I need like
you don't fit.
Yeah, like, are you going to give her multiple orgasms? If not, you can't be here. Like that's what we're here for. Like,
working together. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm getting big into this whole submission thing because I'm realizing like how much power women have.
So you feel like because you're getting into submission, it's bringing you more into your power?
I think so. And really accepting that I am bossy and that's okay. And that men that like it will be there, and the ones that don't, they won't.
I also think people have the misconception that if 2 men are pleasing you, then they can't both, like must be submissive men. But like if you find like the right 2 dominant men who are willing to work together to get to the goal of pleasing you at their best ability and just like giving you a long drawn out experience, then it could be such a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. So, I had my session with Sir Marvelous. So I saw that he was on the show. Yay.
Yay is right.
I definitely told him, and I told, Mr. Bay, that's what they call him over on my Patreon, Mr. Bay, that I wanted to have an experience with both of them. So I may book another session and have
both of them
there. Yes, I would like to do that.
I would like to do that too.
He's seen me get a sensual massage before, like
from a man.
No, from a woman. From pure intimacy, and that was amazing.
Has he ever seen you with another man?
Another man? No. Yeah,
is he open to it?
Well, now he says he's starting to get, my way of talking about things.
Well, okay, first of all, if you haven't noticed, Samia has like the most soothing voice. So if this soothing ass voice was like, listen, baby, like, I just really would love Sir Marvelous to come in and, put some fire on my pussy while you,
lick my neck.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, yes, Samia, yes.
I want to sit between a guy's legs while another guy like plays with me. So he's like holding my hair and like kind of talking me through it and relaxing me.
Kissing
and, like,
your neck.
Yeah, and telling me like, don't rush my motherfucking nut. Slow your ass down. Like, I just, Yeah, no, I vision these things.
like
You have to have vision to
make it happen.
to execute what you need to happen. Sometimes you just forget that you have to be in that moment and really visualize it to like will it to you. You got to really feel that shit to bring it into the universe. And like last time, to be honest, we did this motherfucking prayer. Erica got a fucking male fucking massage, and I was super jealous, but then I wasn't.
It was like Sierra's prayer, but for a male female.
Did you record it?
No, we were at a party, so it wasn't like a place to record.
so we
But I
did-
did watch.
We
I
did an
watch.
episode. If
I
you guys
feel like that looked.
If you guys haven't listened, you got to listen to the episode.
You know what? I don't think we've talked about it in the episode. It's only on Patreon.
Oh, really?
I think we were nervous.
Okay.
Subscribe, you guys.
We'll go to Patreon and go to listen to our episode with Black Girls Texting. And we did this collective prayer to have a male, female. And literally that night we went to a sex party and then I got it. It was great. I was like, thank you, God.
I'm still
That
working on
sounds
mine because God
amazing.
seems to be out of the office. But
He's like, Mila, I've already done enough with you. Okay, let someone else get.
We can
some.
only grant one good mom's wish.
bitch, we're not a package. I need my own male, female. I was like mad at her while it happened because I was jealous, but then I was like, God, this is so hot. Then I got into it and I was like, ugh.
Okay, I know what.
At least
I'm
it's my
grateful
friend.
for. I know what I'm grateful for.
What are you
That
grateful
took
for?
Long as hell, but okay, I'm grateful for confidence because I feel like I did not have it for a long time, and like having it feels good as shit. Okay, like to not second guess yourself. I feel like it solved half of my anxiety issues. Just having confidence in being whoever the fuck you are, and like you were just saying that the people that you're an acquired taste for, they'll want you, and the people that won't, even if you fake like somebody else, they still won't want you. So be your fucking self.
Well, eventually they're going to figure it out. You can only uphold the facade of even confidence for so long.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a lot of fake confidence people. Like, there's a lot of
It's
people
exhausting.
and it's like, you know, I believe in the idea that sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. Even in confidence, sometimes you have to pretend like you have it, and then one day you wake up and you do. But you don't just wake up; you do the work.
Yes.
And you get there and you make those choices and you show up for yourself and you get uncomfortable, and then you wake up and then you're like,
Damn, I'm here.
yes.
You know, I think especially coming from three women who are really talking transparently about the male, female they want to have next as soon as possible. I think you would think that we are all very confident women and fear free, and like I think even being sometimes you can appear confident, and it doesn't mean necessarily that the internal is a reflection of that. And I think because we're on here a lot talking our very personal business and maybe not as highly favored or traditional fantasies, people would assume that we're fearless and we're confident, but it has definitely been a journey. And like, especially being women and being sexual women and discussing it, it's not always a walk in the park. There's been a lot of questioning, ourselves, a lot of fear, even in doing this, but in doing it continuously and being like, well, it's true.
This is who I am.
I said it because maybe I'm going to count out 90% of the niggas who are like, that bitch said what? She'll never be my wife. Perfect.
Knock
I
'em
don't need
off.
you anyway. Perfect. Didn't need you in the way anyway. But like, I just think it's taken even for us to have practice in not giving a fuck and just saying, this is who I am, and it's not going to be for everyone, and like just slowly cutting out those people pleasing traits, because I'm a people pleaser, and I think it just starts to develop kind of from like childhood, needing attention, trying to fight for attention, and then it develops into your adulthood, and you're not realizing you're just trying to please everyone, but you can't.
And not even pleasing yourself in the midst of doing that. I think that my boundaries have changed because I put myself first. And I realized the people that get weeded out after that, it just shows that you were benefiting from me putting you first. And if you're offended by me choosing myself, then you aren't for me. And I'm really okay with that. And also just understanding that you get one explanation out of me and that's it. Because I'm not going to keep explaining to you why my answer is no, or why I don't want to come out, or whatever. But I have to pick myself, and I have to pick from wherever my energy is at that moment. You know what I mean? So I'm good for canceling. I will cancel on somebody fast as hell. Why? Because I want to always show up as the person that you invited. And if I'm not being that person, or I'm dragging down the energy because I don't want to be there, why do you want me there? So I'll definitely let you know in advance. I'll reschedule with you, whatever. People cancel on me, no worries. It's wine, it's weed, it's a couch. I'm good. Like, let me know whenever you're free.
It takes true confidence to choose yourself and be okay with it. I have been going to therapy because I'm really committed to doing the work.
That's a bad bitch move.
And and I noticed myself making decisions in like relationships that weren't really honoring who I was in like my entirety. And I realized there's something I obviously need to dig deeper if I'm in a position with a person that is making me question myself. And a part of like the things I've been talking to my therapist about are just like, when you really fuck with yourself, when someone comes into your life that doesn't really fuck with you, it takes nothing to cut them off, because you're like, you know what the fuck I am? Fit. You don't even feel like there's no question of whether I should shrink or change for you, because I already know I'm the shit. But it really, if you're not in that space to really know you're the shit, it will take time to cut off niggas that you don't have time for. And that's in friendship, that's in family, that's in relationships. And I'm really like learning to better hone in on cutting the trim really fast. And I think women could all benefit from really starting to fuck with themselves so hard that the moment a friend, a bitch, a relative comes in trying to sway whatever your feelings about yourself, you can spot that shit real quick and eliminate it.
Absolutely. I think that one of the things about even that card that come back to play is me spoiling myself. I actually date myself first, and it has made a hell of a difference. Like, a lot of people are like, what does it mean? How do you get confident? Like, those are the questions you get probably like all the time, right? Mm-hmm. How'd you become so confident? Why? Because I'm speaking and you're watching. That doesn't make me necessarily the confidence. It's the work that I'm doing behind the camera. I was doing this afraid, you know, right. I'm not necessarily afraid anymore, but doing the work means waking up and not picking up my phone first. It means not going out and sitting alone. Even when I want to be around somebody, okay, give myself some alone time with it first and then invite someone over. Otherwise, you're not going to be okay by yourself. Being okay by myself is where the ideas come from. It's where I can see myself. And when I know how I feel and I'm in tune with me, it means it's less work to get back on track. You ever look up and you're like, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore, or I'm so lost. Well, guess what? I know that people say I'm probably like selfish or self-centered. I absolutely am, because this is self. This is what fuels everything. This is what makes me a mom that's not trying to traumatize her own child. And this is what is helping break generational curses and become this badass bitch, putting myself first, because most of our lives we're not. We're either listening to other people or, you know, trying to fucking figure it out. It's taken 29 years for me to get to this point. I'm absolutely self-centered. I am at the center of it all. And it takes less work to get back on track when I am off, because I'm checking in with myself every fucking day, like every week in real time, you know?
Amen. I love everything you said about that. I was in the car the other day and I was thinking,
you look so cute.
You do look cute. Thank you. You look like a secretary that I'd hire.
Oh, thank you.
You look like a secretary I would fuck, but that's why I would not hire you. I cannot be fucking the workers.
I love fucking my boss. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the boss. No, I was in the car thinking the other day. I was like, man, I've been single now for I would say 4 years. I had a relationship, but it was practice.
I'm thinking, like, which one?
I always call it, exactly. See, it doesn't count. It was practice. It was
none of these relationships for the last 4 years.
It does count in the fact that it was practice and I needed it to happen so that I could work on certain things. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, like, am I happy by myself right now? Like, when I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, like, I am single, like, yes, I get lonely and I want love sometimes and I want affection, but like, is me being single, like, in some way making my life less enjoyable? Like, do I associate my
like, is something missing?
Yeah, is there something missing? And do I associate my discomfort in anything in my life? Is it because I don't have a partner? And there was a part of me that was like, maybe, but then there was a larger part of me that was like, no, not really. And then it was like, no, bitch, because you know it's on the way. And that's that same thing with trusting my intuition, of like knowing that like what is for me, and whether that's a man, whether that is a career, whether that is, you know, where I'm going to be 2 to 5 years from now, like I trust wholeheartedly in wherever, whether I'm not even here anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because there's that too. You know, like none of this shit guaranteed.
None of it.
You know, like, and I'm morbid. I'm dark. Sometimes I be thinking about death and shit. But I was like, even if that is the truth, that's the journey. That's where it's supposed to be. And I was like, I felt good in that moment. I felt good knowing that, like, I just trust the process.
You're not afraid of what's meant to be anymore.
And I guess part of that is confidence. Part of that is confidence. And, you know, I think confidence for me is something, it's an ongoing battle for me. I feel like a lot of times I feel very confident, and then there's times where I don't. I just don't. And in those moments, I accept it. And then I go through and ask myself, okay, what is it actually that's making me feel insecure? Like, do I feel like I'm in competition with someone? Do I feel like, why are they farther along than me in this space? Or is it my body? Because, you know, like, you know, my weight fluctuates sometimes, and sometimes I feel really snatched, and other times I feel like, whatever. And I think that confidence is always an adjustment. I feel like there are times where, you know, things will come in and challenge you, and you'll have to check yourself. You'll have to check in with yourself, and you'll have to, I think for me, positive self-talk has been like really transformational for me. And it's something that I'm still working on, you know, talking good to yourself and talking out loud to yourself. I mean, honestly, Samia, when you played me your, what is
sex affirmations?
Your sex affirmations, that, like, I have taken that and started using that as positive self-talk for myself. Like, actually, I've talked about it on previous episodes, recording myself talking good to myself and listening back to it. Because I think a lot of times we don't hear ourselves talk good to ourselves, only in our head, because that's what the internet tells us to do. That's what podcasts tell us to do. Positive self-talk. Like, you know, but sometimes I need to hear myself, you know, because I don't hear my voice. And it's an ongoing thing, at least for me. But confidence is something that is crucial and transformational, and I think it's something that people we need help. We really do. We do need help. We do need steps. Some of us.
I do. I think it's the practice of constantly saying "fuck the fear." You know, I think. I mean, we're all single moms. I mean, you have. What's Bay? Mr. Bay. But we've all had relationships with men we had kids with and left. And that's not...
He left me.
Okay, well...
Goodness.
I'm
having to get the record straight. These men be leaving too because they ain't happy, okay?
Right. And you guys are good friends, and you flipped it and reversed it, and you're successful and you're happy. And like... But it's true. Like, I think sometimes... we get so stuck like in the fear of the shit that we forget that like you have to kind of step out on faith a lot of fucking times and trust the flow of your, you know, intuition and of the universe for the next steps to happen. And I think you have to constantly be like, fuck the fear, fuck what may not happen, fuck it, I don't know, but we got to do it.
I think that with confidence, you have to have confidence in being wrong as well. And there are so many, like a lot of people see where I am now, but we're talking about 3 years of mistakes and loneliness and questioning myself and aging like 10 fucking years just trying to be fucking successful. Like, it's just like, damn, maybe I should just go back to being a regular person. Like, I could just go get a job, and that shit made me sad. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, this is difficult, but not being myself is more difficult, and it's more tiring. And it's just passion, like, through all of my life now, choosing myself, because it's like I don't do anything I don't want to do anymore. And that's some real, like, that's what I wanted to grow up for. This is what we want to be adults for. I can fuck how I want.
Honestly, that's what kids do. They don't be want to do shit they don't feel like doing.
And they don't.
And they don't. And you went on, like, Jamila was on this rant on Instagram the other day, and I felt it though, like Luna wanting to wear what the fuck she wanted to wear and like having conviction about it and stomping around because this is who I am. Why won't you just let me be who the fuck I am? Whereas people will be like, okay, well, yeah, you're right. Like, you're right. This is not who I am. Like, okay, fine, I'll wear that, or you know. And
it doesn't look good. Okay.
Yeah,
we're constantly trying to fit in and fit the mold.
Kids are really like the fucking bosses of the world. Like, they are so, like, they just stand in their truth. They stand by what they said, you know?
And they're not afraid. They're not afraid to demand what they want when they want it without like their only expectation is that they're going to get what
there's
they
no
want
fear
and to demand it. And I had to reevaluate looking at it that way, because I was catching myself like, you've asked me for so much shit. I pick you up, you're asking me for shit all day long. You are asking me for shit. Like, don't I look tired to you?
Scared to tell her no.
And then it dawned on me. I'm like, of course she's asking you for shit. You should be demanding shit too. In life, we are taught, we start as a child demanding the shit we want, and then someone says, you're asking for too much. You're asking me for shit all day long. Stop asking me for shit. Be content with what you have. And sometimes kids are fucking spoiled and unappreciative. But in life, I think that's a part of like, we should adopt that. And maybe it's like, I can't give you everything right now. You deserve it. You deserve everything you want and more, but I don't have the capacity to deliver to you right now at the second. In fact, I need a minute. Can you give me a minute? But it's like, even in the delivery and even in the mindset shift of ourselves and reparenting ourselves, is that it's okay to request and demand and want and let people know what the things you want without hesitation and with conviction. And no one should be able to tell you differently, because this is what the fuck I want. I want the fucking filthy rich driveway. Okay?
You know what it is? I feel like with that part, we're scared to say what we want when it's not normal, when it's different. And almost every area of my life is like that.
Well, most women wouldn't like just jump off a show and be like, oh, we all really want male, female threesomes.
But guess what? So hopefully somebody is watching this and they're like, let me go and tell her.
You know what? Let me go ask, because I need to get that, you know?
They're like, you know what? You're right. And I thought I was a hoe for asking, but these bitches up here convicted. They need it, and they need it now.
But you talking about people that's judging who not getting nuts just from regular men. So it's like, of course you think that it's outrageous that I want that, or men thinking it. I don't really give a fuck what you think. It's my nut and I want it now. But as far as like wanting something different, whatever you want, if you don't see it, you have to have like the energy to create it, to figure out how to do it. I know for me, relationship wise, figuring out I was polyamorous, that one person, no matter how much I love them, will ever be enough for me. It'll never. I'm so like not judgmental, that if someone else wanted a partner, my only requirement is that they're cool. Like, it's a village. It takes a village. So you can't have a partner that's like, oh, well, like, as long as I don't know she exists. Like, no, we're not doing that shit. Like,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And it's one of the reasons that, for me, I don't know if marriage is going to be back on the table. You know, I've had it before, and we just were so different. We didn't want the same things. And I think I would have literally been miserable and compartmentalized most of who I am if I was not a polyamorous woman. Like, polyamory has allowed me to meet so many people.
You know, me and Samia are like the same. We like get super energized by meeting new people. We're just like lovers. She's like, "Do you have a new lover? I'll listen to you and talk to you about him. No one cares. I care. You love him just like you love the last one. I know. I understand you.
I really do. I really do get it.
Like, no, is he your soulmate? No, for sure. He's your twin flame. I could feel it, girl. I'd be like, yes, girl. I know. It's true,
and it's real, and it changes, and what I want sexually changes. You know,
and so often we're taught, especially as women, like you can, like I don't know, like you're monogamous and that's it. You know, you're poly. Like
I'd be a cheater if I was monogamous.
I've been a cheater. I've been a cheater. You know how often I've been in a relationship with someone and like, you know who I am starting, and then continued in the relationship, and they're like, you're not going to find a guy who's going to do that. You're not going to find a guy who's going to like let you just be out here. Not that I just want to be out here, but if experiential fucks come up, I might want to indulge in this experience with this person. And does that mean I love you less? No. And does that mean I don't get jealous? No. Does that mean like you're not going to meet someone too and I'm going to have to like check my feelings and like, but I'm willing to be like, I know it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but let's be human about it and walk through it and like that,
figure out how to get there.
And figure out how to get there together. You know, like that's one thing about me in Orlando. Like I could tell that nigga anything, literally anything. He can tell me anything, and I'll be jealous for 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm jealous right now. Anyway, and like, you over it? I'm like, I'm over it now. But like, it's really, it takes practice, and so often, like I've been told, I'm not going to find a husband because blah, blah, blah. You know, you do this, your job this, you talk about these things. And like, guys don't really fuck with that. But it takes the courage to be like, I don't really give a fuck what guys fuck with. I fuck with me. And then that guy is going to come as a result of fucking with me, because I only want people who are going to meet me at my level. And sometimes it just requires for you to just cut off things that are comfortable. I've said this before, like sometimes you have friends and relationships that you've had for so long, they have this idea of who you are, and that they can't even see you when you grow. They can't even see when you actually somebody else.
They will hold you hostage to that person. They will hold you hostage to the person that you used to be.
Even if that's not you anymore, even if it's not something you've actually agreed to, and then you start seeing yourself in that light, because that's how everyone else is seeing you. And like I've talked about this before, when me and Erica started this, and we didn't really know the direction we were going in. We just knew we were single moms, and we wanted to have a couple threesomes and smoke some weed and mind our business and be happy, you know? And
is that what happened?
That's what happened.
It's kind of the story. It is the story.
Wow. It was just two single moms who,
you know, just want to smoke weed and have threesomes.
one to date freely, you know,
I'm
just
kidding.
live peaceful lives, be on fucking Hinge, maybe have a couple threesomes, drop the kids off, pick them up on Monday. And I had really close friends tell me like, I don't think this is really I don't know if people are going to fuck with that. You know, I don't know if that lane is something that is realistic. If you want to be successful later, like, you know, brands are not going to fuck with you if you say white bitches. White bitches, white bitches, white bitches.
White bitches.
I'll say whatever I want, you know, and I got some white bitches that are my friends. And if you're my friend, you know, it's not personal. But the point is like, I've literally had to, there was when I met Erica, I told Erica, like, we are not long-term friends. We haven't been friends for hella long. We've literally became friends on the podcast in the last 3.5 years. But there was a safety in just showing up as I came, and that I knew I could do that. And it required that I pause some of those long-term friendships that had been like, oh, you know how Mila is, you know how Jamila is, she's gonna take her clothes off. Like, don't take your shirt off. Don't do that when we get there, okay? Like, can you relax? I'm like, I am so sick of bitches telling me to relax. This is me relaxed.
I am relaxed.
I am relaxed.
This is
I'm
relaxed.
Just topless.
Now I'm not relaxed because my clothes are on.
This is real. I think that what you said, it goes back to, what are we still calling this? Fuck the fear, which is
sure.
do it scared, do it when you don't know what it looks like, because at the end of the day, you don't want to got to live that goddamn life, like. And at the end of the day, so what if people don't fuck with what you talking about? It's hella people that didn't fuck with the fact that I suck dick for a living. And
I wish we'd stop saying that, because you don't.
I think it sounds so much better.
But it's not what you do. You teach people how to suck dick for a living.
Well, I have to suck.
You suck silicone for a living.
That don't sound like let's book her.
Is that not that sexy?
It don't sound.
I suck silicone for a living.
Yes. So, you know, I have sex or whatever, teach sex or whatever for a living. And a lot of people that didn't fuck with it are the same people that's in my DMs now, either wanting an interview or, oh, can you give me some, because you trust me, because you know I'm not going to judge you as you were judging me, right? Like, why do you even give a fuck what anybody else is doing? And why do you give a fuck if they give a fuck what you're doing? Like, they can't beat your ass. Well, if they can, then maybe that's your issue. But if you can't beat my ass at this point, it's like, what? You're not paying my bills? Like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of myself and my potential and what could be, because betting on myself has been the best turnout of every move I've made ever since. Think about it. If you're living a life and you're doing something 100%, I know for a fact that I'm going to get 100% back of what it's supposed to be. But when you're making these other moves in life for other people, you're half-assing them because you don't want to do it. And that's why you're getting half-ass results. I show up 110% as Samia, and I get 110% back. And it's looking like that. And started the business, 3.5 years ago? I didn't really start choosing myself until a year ago, and that's a year ago when everything changed. Y'all have seen Sexual Essentials, but I started Sexual Essentials on a credit card. You know what I mean? Like, no money, no nothing, just figuring it out. And life will meet you where you're at. You got to do the work, though.
What do you think it was a year ago that really that something turned for you? Was it something specific, or was it just a kind of like starting to really see the success of your business grow?
Maybe it's like 18 months ago. So when my husband left, he literally was just like, I think that you're amazing, but I am not happy. He was like, our life is good and I'm not happy in it. and resentment came. And so I realized that I didn't want to be the one to leave because I believed in marriage, right? And I honestly think for that last year, we were tussling back and forth with basically like knowing that this isn't working, but coming from households of marriage and feeling like we can't get a divorce though. And then it's like in this world, when you tell people, oh, well, I'm just not happy. You know what they tell you? Well, sometimes marriage isn't always happy and da-da-da-da-da. No, in my best self, he wasn't happy with me. And that's only making me feel bad about myself because it's the person that I love that thinks of me that way. And I literally told him, I understand and thank you so much for telling me. And bitch, I've been off the chain ever fucking since. And not because it's like, oh, well, I'm single now. No, it was like there were things I wasn't doing in my business that I wanted to do simply because I knew that he kind of was judging me or, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just like with nobody judging me, it was just like I'm never going back to that again, feeling like I have to do what, if you don't love the person that I am, then move the fuck on.
Period.
Why are you trying to change me? I'm not trying to change you.
That's not love. If you're in a relationship with someone and their love is circumstantial, if you do this, then we can be that. Then like that's my thing. If what I do naturally to just makes me happy doesn't also make you happy, we're probably not aligned in that. And I'm not saying that like relationships don't require like compromise, but I'm gonna want to naturally do the compromise. If I feel like it's hurting me.
I feel like people wrap compromise in so many packages.
Bullshit packages of fucking
like,
bullshit.
Where like that, it's like manipulation shows up in a package that says compromise on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just like you have to be able to kind of know the difference, and you do know the difference. Your body tells you every time. I think we deny our intuition. We deny like the basic functions of how our bodies react to certain things that are said to us, the things that, you know, when we lay next to someone and we feel like something ain't right.
Yeah.
And especially even in sex, you know, I think like, you know, when the compromise is it's something you can't compromise.
Yeah, this just isn't working. And we're scared to start over. We're scared of what other people think when we start over, and we're scared to be wrong. I be loud and wrong because the mistakes is really how I got to the thing that worked. And I need to fail hard and good so I know without a doubt in my mind, oh no, that was not for me. When you kind of do stuff a little bit, then you kind of thinking later, well, what, maybe if I would have went a little bit harder, maybe. I don't have no maybes because everything that I'm doing it because I super believe in it. And if it don't work, it's not even in my mind. I'm like, no. That's how I feel about anal. No. You know,
you don't like anal?
I do.
Oh,
but it was a long no for a long time. Okay. But I was like, fuck it, we just got to do it. And I did it, and it was...
She walked towards the fear.
I walked towards the fear, but it was a good... Oh, my God.
It's also like, I think women are taught to be safe. And that's it's our human nature. What feels secure, what feels safe, but sometimes safety will keep you small, betting small, and sacrificing your happiness. Like when me and Erica first started Good Moms, probably like 6 months in, I was dating this young guy in Jersey. A bitch got pregnant, and I was like, he really wanted me to have this baby. We had just started. Erica was like trying to fake be supportive. Fake be supportive. I was like, you can do whatever you want, but I just don't know. And I was like, he has a job.
That's what the bar was. The bar was in hell.
He saved $10,000 once, so he's secure.
The bar was in hell.
I was like probably not in a good place, and I wasn't. I had only been single for like 2 years, and my last baby daddy. This is so ghetto. I also want to talk about growth because I never talked about this on the show because I was too embarrassed to admit that this was happening while it was happening. Yeah. Even though I was talking about all this other shit, but he was one of those guys who were not really understanding the vision. He was like, he's like, you should just move to New Jersey and be with me. And I was like, okay. I really waited a long Right, I was gonna be a fucking New Jersey housewife. So
I was like, so you're gonna?
I was like, we're gonna do the podcast. I'm gonna move.
I can't hear Erica judging you. Like, no, bitch, stay here.
She was good. She was good at faking it because we weren't as close yet. So she was like trying to be like supportive. But the point
I was supportive.
She was supportive, but she knew that was a
tired
dumbass.
of everyone's shit.
She knew it was a dumbass idea because it was
seem like I'm a bitch. I just knew that that you were going to make the decision you were going to make. I was just going to be I'm never going to tell someone what to do in their life. I knew that Jamila was going to make the choice that she was going to make. I also knew that like we were onto something, and like I also knew that she knew that, and
just hoping and wishing that she does what you want.
But I literally had to bet on myself. I was like, it was new. Nobody understood what we were doing. It wasn't popular opinion. They're like, how are you going to make money? I was like, I don't know. Don't ask me those kind of questions. I'm just telling my business on the internet right now, okay?
Let's just start.
It's going to lead to big places, Mom. Okay, everybody needs to know about my threesome for my success to happen. But literally, my ass was so fucking... I felt it so deeply in my spirit. I had a baby with someone I knew for years. It did not work out. I remembered the feeling of being miserable and feeling stuck, and the courage it took me to get up out of that shit. And it took so fucking much to cut it off that, like, as I was falling, like sinking back into that place with this new nigga who had a job, I was like, he does have a job, but
feels the same.
I was just like, and I literally waited so long. I was like, we're gonna have a baby. I'm gonna have a family, and like literally, I was like, I can't do this. And I went to the fucking clinic, and they're like, this is the last day that you can do this. And I was like, oh my God. I was in the lobby like, should I leave? Should I leave? Should I stay? Should I leave? Stay. And I was like, something rooted my fucking ass in that waiting seat, and I did not get the fuck up. I'm like, bitch, because if you leave today, there's no coming back. But I knew in that moment, something deep in my gut told me, and I asked God, I was like, give me a fucking sign. And that nigga was like, you should have an abortion. I was like, perfect.
I'm glad we agree.
I was like, bet. Made that appointment so quick, but like looking back, bitch, I would have had a 4-year-old in February. Tripping.
And you know what? And you may not have, maybe you, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't have moved there. Maybe you would have moved there. Maybe you wouldn't have. Maybe we would have had the baby. Maybe you wouldn't have. But we could have still possibly still had good moms. You would have just been good moms with 2 kids, and I would have had one.
Let's start over.
It would be a different conversation. But yeah, I think that
the safety, the illusion of safety is literally almost made me bet against myself, bet against my gut. And it's a crazy idea. Starting a podcast, there is no money for forever, a long time eventually. So it didn't make sense. But in my body and in my spirit, it made sense. And I had no idea what was happening or what was going to happen. But thank fucking God that I have a supportive friend, and that I something in me was like, I can't do the same, not bet on myself twice. I've gotten out of this situation once. There's no way in fucking hell I'm about to get in this position twice because of me, and then have to live with the circumstances of knowing in my gut I didn't really want to do something, but pleasing someone else because it seemed safe. And it seemed like, oh, I'll have a house and a nigga and whatever I thought I was going to be fucking having. But now I'm having threesomes and going to sex parties. So woohoo!
Said all that to say don't have the baby.
Look at me living my best life.
but not only that, I mean, have a brand that is successful. You are like following your dreams. You are painting and designing the life you want. You have ideas, and we make them happen. You know what I mean? And in such a more fulfilling way than
pretending
than that would have been. So, I mean, that's a testament to betting on yourself, even when, like you said, it didn't make any sense.
And not questioning who you are. There's so much. He told me one time, that same guy, he was like, yeah, I dated this girl, and she told me she wanted to have a male female relationship. Threesome. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. What'd you say? He's like, I would never make her my girl. Nigga, that's why I can't be your girl. I gotta go.
Because I won't want to.
Sounds like she's onto something.
Can you give me her number? Maybe she found somebody.
But it's just like, if I would have been like, that's not a normal fantasy to have. You're right. That kind of girl doesn't deserve to be married. Fuck that. But no, bitch, this is who I am. I'm coming in hot. And like, that's the only way to be. You got to be 110% yourself, or none of that shit. Like, no one can make you. No one defines you. Not no nigga, not no relationship, not no mom or dad. Like, we're grown now. And I would just hate, one of my biggest things is like, imagine if something happens to me today and I'm like, fuck, shoulda, coulda, woulda. but I did it because so and so said, or someone told me not to do that. Like, what if I would have been like, you're right, I said white bitches too many times on that first episode. Let's just shut the whole shit down.
You gotta be willing to lose big, but whoever said in the beginning, you when you bet on yourself and you bet big, you win big. That's real as well. And I don't think that any of us are telling you to just go out and just do something reckless. Make calculated decisions, but for the decisions that you want. Sometimes the road less traveled is just better, or the road that hasn't even been created yet.
It's yours because it's time for you to create that shit.
You know, like it has discipline, or even just starting over. Like whatever the fuck you need to do, being happy is some real flex ass shit, because so many people are unhappy. And it don't mean I'm happy 100% of the time, all day, every fucking day, but almost every day I'm like, thank fucking God that nigga left me. Like, thank God, like, I started this business. Thank God I suck dick for a living. Like, it works. And but I'd be grateful. But
if you didn't suck dick for a living, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here. Y'all were talking about relationships, and I definitely have to say it out loud. I am yearning to date another couple. Like,
this is very important.
A yearning. Yeah, because we're putting it out here for the January manifesting things.
For the 222.
Yes. I'm yearning for that. I think like watching another couple be in love, and then like it's not really my responsibility, is like sexy as fuck.
I feel like attaching yourself to a very loving couple manifests love for you. I know a couple who the wife was a unicorn before she met her husband, and that couple, that married couple, was really rooting for her and manifesting for her to meet that husband, and she did. You know, and I just think people have a misconception of really the beauty of being around a true love that's trusting and loving and is so open that they can embrace you in their relationship, and it can really cultivate like that love effect. You see it's possible, so you attract that for yourself.
Absolutely. You don't have to always be the main character in the love story, but understanding what turns you on, even, I feel like has pushed me to sexual limits that I didn't even think was possible, and just saying it out loud, like, because when you say it out loud, you're going to find somebody else who's with that shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So just getting used to saying that outlandish thing. And yeah, people look at you like you're crazy sometimes, but like, shit, I wouldn't mind that. Like,
you know how long it took me to say out loud, I want to have a male, female. Like, for so long, I was like, that's not my fantasy. And then I was like, it is my fantasy.
It absolutely
is. And I should yell it from the rooftops.
And I still need to have my all-girl threesome. And I need to, what else do I need to do? I got shit to do in 2022, okay?
Well, I think it's so cool that we are in a space now. I mean, obviously, I know that there's a lot of women who are listening that are like, wow, these bitches are crazy. But, and then there's some that are like, damn, like,
I want that shit too.
I do want that.
This is your permission to do whatever, feel however you want to feel.
Yeah, and that we can have these conversations, and that there's even like resources like Field, like dating apps that allow you to be yourself and show up as yourself off the gate, and that there's so many people on that app that feel safe and comfortable. It lets you know that there are so many people out there
that want the exact same shit as you.
Yes, that want that weird, freaky, kinky shit that you saw on a porn one time that you've been waiting to do on someone, or you didn't think that anyone was doing. I think that like sex is so human, and all the kinks are so human, whether or not I want to explore them or not. Like for me, I'm not interested in polyamory. You know, that's not my vibe. Do I subscribe to monogamy? No, not really. But I feel like I love that for you. I love that for her. I love that for everyone. I believe that everyone should be able to experience the type of love, the type of sex that they want. Because guess what, y'all? We're only here for a limited amount of time. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I don't want to have the responsibility of like owning someone or limiting their pleasure scope.
Like it goes so fast. Life goes so fast.
It does.
Like, and when you're gone, I believe that energy never dies.
Nobody should ever let me smoke on camera. I'll be here like
I believe that energy never dies, but this experience right now, me in this body, you in this body, you in this body, like this is it. Do it all.
I'm with the shit.
And don't let anyone or any fucking beliefs limit that shit. Because it's such a waste. It's such a waste of time.
Yeah, like if you want to make a career sucking dick and teaching women how to fucking take charge of their sexual power, like do that shit. Like Samaya, like what you do, Samaya, is so important.
It's the Lord's work.
It is really important.
I'm
Like
really trying to get into heaven over here, okay?
You're going.
it is the Lord's work, and I'm not saying that.
And guess what's gonna be waiting for you when you get there?
A dick?
A chew.
Oh,
Fucking
Lord.
and a little cherub just following you around, just like sprinkling dust on your head all day. Because it is like you are changing women's and men's lives and changing the lives and relationships for people and couples, and that is so important, and that is so part of like I think the journey of becoming confident, being able to know what you want, being able to ask for what you want. I think a lot of it does start with sex, you know, and same with us. Like I like fucking two moms talking about sex on the internet, talking about mental health, talking about our kids, having posts about dildos next to like how much I fucking love my daughter so much because this is my life.
Real life.
This is the existence of who I am. I like sex. I love my kid. I like to look cute. I'm trying to figure it out, you know, like I'm an entrepreneur. I want to build businesses. I want to smoke weed. Like I want to do all those things, and I should be able to do that. And I think it's really important for people to see women that are multifaceted and inspire them. So sorry, that's it. That's my spiel. That's my soapbox.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, honey. My wife is so smart. God, I have such smart wives. Get money,
and she has nice titties.
And nice,
they're like looking
fat
at
asses,
me.
nice titties. Thank you, ladies, for this episode. I love you guys.
So what's our what do we want people to take away? Be a boss ass bitch,
and do you
or a guy, or be a boss ass dick.
The affirmation is do you, boo.
Yes.
Do
you, boo.
You, boo.
Confidently. Just do it anyway. Please remember yourself. Good God, please remember yourself. Ooh,
and if you don't remember, go somewhere alone to figure that shit out, and without the voice or opinions of others.
I did a thing the other day, though. I do got to tell you about it. So I got this foot massager thing. It was like self-love from Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it massaged your feet like really, really good, but like really, really good. Like it feels like a man is rubbing your feet. And I got my toy and I made myself come with at the same time as it was rubbing my feet, so it felt like I was getting a foot rub while I was like having an orgasm.
You're literally a genius.
Sensory play.
My gosh, it was amazing. I feel like I'm always trying to do something so it feels like I'm getting fucked by two people.
Can you we're gonna have to drop that link of that foot massager.
That foot massage. We need to have y'all sign up so they can give y'all some money, because that shit was amazing. The thing was like on sale from like the Black Friday, so it was like maybe like $200. So
that's an expensive foot massager.
Yes, so that was
shit
on
better work.
sale.
Good, okay.
It was on sale. I put my feet in it, and this is another good thing about having alone time.
Wow,
so you can do weird ass orgasm shit, okay? And I was sitting on my couch. Don't sit on my couch. Sitting on my couch, and my feet were like this, and I got my toy, and I was like, oh, this feels so fucking good. Like I could just imagine having a nut. And I was like, fuck it. Put out the toy and wet the couch up. It was a good nut. I stayed there for 3 times. I had to run that shit back.
I stayed there for 3 times.
That's for 3 times.
3 nuts. I was like, bitch, this is why they pay you the big bucks. Bitch.
It's true.
And you were experimenting for the people, okay?
For the people. I'm doing it for you, okay? And anything that feel good, I just try to figure out, can I add a nut to that?
That makes sense.
Amen.
Yeah, add a nut
Pleasure
to that
on
shit.
pleasure.
You know, I just remembered the title of our last episode was Fear of the Nut.
Is that what
It was Fear of the Nut.
Now it's fuck the fear.
Now it's fuck the fear.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. I gotta come back on y'all Patreon so we can talk about some of our sex.
Okay,
hacks.
let's do it.
We need to do that. Get a people some of the tips, like, because your orgasms can always be better.
If you don't follow Samaya on Patreon, what the fuck are you doing? You might. Like,
Go to Patreon and follow Sexual Essentials. Goddamn,
you will thank us later. Like, you will learn so much. It'll change your life. I know how to suck dick way better now. It's confirmed. I've gotten compliments. I told them
the windshield wiper, bitch.
the windshield wiper is the thing. That is the thing. And then the yawn. Just don't give them too much. But
but go
Deep
to Patreon.
throating, do all the things.
Definitely took my skills from mediocre to high level. Well, can you tell the people where to find you?
Absolutely. You guys can find me in their bed. Okay, no, for real. So my website is thesexualessentials.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Sexual Essentials, and all my links are in my bio. And so I teach dick sucking, dick riding, masturbation and squirting, manifesting with your orgasms, everything, and all the tough conversations too. So like if you've never had an orgasm and stuff like that, I teach on how to have those conversations. There is nothing that you can't talk about. It's just probably how you're saying it. So that's pretty much it. We about to go get high, getting drunk. What are we doing?
Both.
We all know where to find us. Good Moms Bad Choices on all platforms. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. That's goodmom_bad girl. And
rate and review this episode. Please join our Patreon as well. Patreon.com/goodmomsbadchoices. And I hope we see you bitches in Costa Rica soon.
Oh my gosh. I have to say online, like, I'm
Not
really
bitches,
proud
women,
of you guys.
Women. Sorry.
I'm so
Just
proud
kidding.
of you guys.
I'm respectful.
all right, well, we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.